All right, this is One Last Midnight. Welcome back to another episode of Autonauts. And in this episode, we're going to talk about the stone production line. If we have enough time, we'll also get into maybe the tool production line as well. In the last episode, we worked on getting a bot to just run around here and pick up sticks, which is fantastic. But now we want a bot to be able to go and get some stones, because stones, while they give you a good amount of stones to begin with, they don't give you enough to continue on the game, so you're going to actually have to mine stones. Now, in our bots panel over here on the side, our little bot tracker guy, we can actually create teams. So let's go ahead and create a sticks and stone team. And this is where we're going to put our bots for sticks and stones. We're going to call this guy Stick, because sometimes I'd like to have multiple bots doing the same job. Let's call it Sticks01. And we're going to need to focus on the next thing, which is to get a pickaxe being built. So let's go ahead and move our tool area over. And then I want to make another crude workbench for another tool. Let's actually put down 2 because we're going to need it. And let's get these built just really fast. In last episode, we got to the spot where we put down a couple of crude workbenches, and we also put down some chopping blocks, and we also built our first bot. So we called it Sticks, and we put it in the Sticks and Stones group, and now we want to actually collect some stones. So let's make our second bot, and let's make a bot that turns around and stores stones, because sticks and stones are used to create tools, because tools were in the Stone Age. So we're going to need those, obviously. And once our second bot is complete, we're going to call this one Stones, and we're going to program it to do something very similar to the sticks. We're going to say, hey, go find a stone in a particular area, pick it up, and drop it into storage. And we're going to program it. It's almost identical to how you did the sticks programming, which is 1 repeat till the hands are full, another repeat until the hands are empty, which is dropping it into storage, a check to see if the storage is full, and then a repeat forever. So it'll repeat forever only if the storage is not full. And then we want to expand the area as big as humanly possible so it can find as many stones in that area and set it off and run. And it's often doing its thing. It'll go, it'll pick up the stones, it'll bring them back, and it'll store them into stone storage. The only problem with this is that it'll only pick up stones that are on the ground, and there's not a lot of stones on the ground. But this is nice for the very first collection. Eventually, when it picks up all these other little stones that are on the ground, and there's not many, there's only these handful more, we're going to move this guy to start picking up stones in this area. So he's done. He can't do any more because his code says until his hands are full. So we're going to stop his code. We'll start it up again, and we'll move him over here. We'll have the radius be in this area, and since it's only going to be in this little stone resource deposit area, we're going to narrow it down so he's only looking in here, and we're going to say, go find some stones in there. Now, there's only 3 stones in here. That's only going to work for 3 stones. It's not going to work for any more. So what are we going to need? We're going to need another bot, and we're going to need a stone miner. And that stone miner will then turn around and mine stones, so this guy has somewhere to pick up stones and drop off stones at. So let's build another bot really fast. All right, once this bot is complete, now we can make a miner bot. So let's go ahead and go over to one of these crude workbenches and set it to pick. Let's go ahead and make a pick really fast. And let's go tell this guy how to become a stone miner. So I'm going to select the bot. Let's call him stone miner. We're going to have multiples, so call him 01. Let's say I want you to go find a pick in this area, and I want you to do that until your hands are full. Once your hands are full, once you picked up that pick, I want you to come over here and I want you to use it. And I want you to mine in this area as soon as I'm done mining until my hands are empty, or until my pick breaks. And I want you to do that forever. And let's go ahead and narrow this area down, because he can only mine in the stone area, so there's no need to have his little bot brain looking anywhere outside of that area. And we're going to set him to do that. Like I said, we're going to set him to do that forever. And that's going to be his job. So now, what's happening? Well, he's looking for a pick. And we don't have any picks, but we did pick up a pick. So let's go ahead and drop a pick off. And if you're thinking that, hey, look, wouldn't it be great if we had somebody to build a pick? You're right. So let's go ahead and put this guy in our sticks and stones group, and let's create our second group, and we will call this tools. And this is where all of our toolbots are going to be. So let's make another bot. And once you have this bot built up, he is going to be our pick maker. I only ever need one pick maker. I've never found a need to have more than one. So just when you name him, go ahead and get him started, and let's start teaching him how to make a pick. Making a pick is pretty simple. All you have to do is pick up a stick, drop it off into the machine, pick up a stone, and drop it off into the machine, and the pick is going to be created. Now, we want to do this process until this machine is full, and then we want to do it forever. Well, why not build like 1,000,000 picks and store it into a crate? You can. And later on, it might be useful to do that. But I found out that in the beginning of the game, you really only need one tool at a time. As soon as they run out of a tool, it breaks. They'll come and pick it up, and another tool will be built. And you can sustain all of your bots that way for a very long time without having to store a bunch of extra picks. And then later on, when you don't need those picks anymore, you move to metal picks. You don't have to get rid of them all. So just kind of do this concept of one pick at a time. If you really need to have more, you can make multiples of these just easily by putting in another repeat and setting the repeat to be times, and say I want to do this 3 times. I want to make 3 picks in a row. And you pick up all of this code and drag it into here. But remember, these bots are not very smart, so you don't have a lot of code that you can work with. This is about as much as you can do. So this code will make 3 picks at a time, and then once this is empty, it'll make another 3 picks. So that's another way you can do multiples without having like 1,000,000 picks laying around. All right, well, that's it for this video. So we covered some of our first basic production lines, our sticks and stone production line, and we started on our tool production line. Next episode, we're going to focus on rechargers. You'll notice that my bot over here has out of power. All these bots require power, which means you need to have some rechargers running around and recharging the bots. And then after that, we'll focus on the forestry production line. And once the forestry production line is complete, we're automating how to make planks and poles, and we're storing our logs, planks, and poles. Then we can actually go into automated bot production and start pumping out a bunch of bots, which will be really cool. All right, well, if you guys like this video, hit that like button. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. Would love to have you in the community. If you want to follow me on any of my social media, you can find the links in the description below. And make sure to hit that notification bell. That way you know when I go live and when I post new videos. I'll talk to you soon. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.